Hi, my name is Mauricio, and today I will talk about the chapter number 3 of biology, that is called the biosphere. When biologists want to talk about life on global scale, they use the term biosphere. The biosphere consists of all life on Earth and all the parts of Earth in which life exists, including land, water, and the atmosphere. The biosphere contains every organism, from bacteria living underground to giant trees in rainforest, whales in polar seas, mold spores drifting through the air, and of course, humans. Ecology is the scientific study of interactions among organisms and between organisms and their physical environment. Economics is concerned with human houses and human interactions, based on money trade. Interactions among nature's houses are based on energy and not trends. As their common root implies, human economics and ecology are linked. Humans live within the biosphere and depend on ecological processes to provide such essentials as food and drinkable water that can be bought and sold or traded. There are different levels of organization to classify organisms. The first one is species, that is a group of similar organisms that can breed and produce fertile offspring. The second is population, that is a great group of individuals that belong to the same species and live in the same area. The community is an assemblage of different populations that live together in a defined area. The ecosystem are all the organisms that live in a place, together with their physical environment. A biome is a group of ecosystems that share similar climates and typical organisms. And finally, the biosphere, that is our entire planet, with all its organisms and physical environments. Biotic and abiotic factors. A biotic factor is any living part of the environment with which an organism might interact, including animals, plants, mushrooms, and bacteria. An abiotic factor is any non-living part of the environment, such as sunlight, heat, precipitation, humidity, wind or water currents, soil type, and so on. Now we will talk about energy producers and consumers. Primary producers are the first producers of energy-rich compounds that are later used by other organisms. Autotrophs store energy in form that make it available to other organisms that eat them. That's why autotrophs are also called primary producers. The best known and most common primary producers harness solar energy through the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis captures light energy and uses it to power chemical reactions that convert carbon dioxide and water into oxygen and energy-rich carbohydrates, such as sugar and starches. There is also chemosynthesis, in which chemical energy is used to produce carbohydrates. Animals, fungi, and bacteria cannot directly harness energy from the environment, as producers do. These organisms, known as heterotrophs, must acquire energy from other organisms by ingesting them in one way or another. Heterotrophs are also called consumers, that are organisms that rely on other organisms for energy and nutrients. Now we will talk about energy, how energy flows in ecosystems. How does energy flow through ecosystems? Energy flows through an ecosystem in one-way stream from primary producers to various consumers. A food chain is a series of steps in which organisms transfer energy by eating and being eaten. Food chains can vary in length. In some aquatic food chains, primary producers are a mixture of floating algae called phytoplankton and attack algae. In most ecosystems, feeding relationships are much more complicated than the relationships described in a simple chain. One reason for this is that many animals eat more than one kind of food. So, ecologists call this network or feeding interaction a food web.